Yeah, we're gonna. Does anybody have their laptop? Okay, you too. All right. We're gonna have. We'll hopefully have laptops with Xcode next meeting. We just couldn't get Xcode onto the laptops. That's why we
Yeah,
don't have them right
we
now.
might get a laptop card for meetings.
So
yeah, you can.
so for the you guys both have Xcode, right? Yeah. Okay, great. So you're gonna. So I guess for everybody, you're gonna open up a new Xcode project. It's gonna be a single view application. And you can name it whatever you want, because this is just a test, so I'm going to do test for iOS Club. And, yeah, you want all this checked. It's going to be for iPhones for now. Yeah. Alright, and you don't need a Git repository, so we'll create. Okay, so, sorry, let me get the plan open. So, yeah, we created the new single view application. So we're gonna go to the main storyboard. So the main storyboard is the place where you actually design your application. And so if I were to hit run, so this is actually like a sketch of what the application actually shows. It's currently blank right now since we don't have anything on it. So if I actually run it and I open up the simulator, it's a blank screen. It's like a blank phone. That's what your app would be when you open it up. Okay, and so for those of you who haven't really like used Xcode before, quick rundown is this right here. That is the navigation menu basically, so you can move from file to file. So here's the view controller file. This is the code that helps run what shows up here, what shows up on your screen. Here, I'll make it a little there. And then right here you have that different inspectors, such as the attributes inspector, which allows you to like modify different attributes, like change the text, the background of your app. And then well, those are the two most used, like the attributes inspector and the size inspector. And the size inspector that changes like the size of all the different elements you have on your app. Okay, I think I did all of that. Okay, so for now, for those of you who have your laptop out, we're gonna turn off what are called size classes. Oops, I'm gonna go back there. And you can do that by clicking on the first inspector up there. One of my mouses. You guys see that? Okay.
Wait, how do you create it?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna click there, and then you're gonna there's a checkbox that says use size classes, and you're gonna just uncheck that for now. Disable for now. All right. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna change the background of our app. So you can use the attributes inspector right there, right? And it says, I didn't realize the screen was kind of blurry. Okay. Anyways, but there's this right here. It says background, and you can change different attributes to your phone or to the app. So in this case, I'm gonna go and make some color like that. So I guess this looks pretty nice. So I'll do that for now. It's just a test. Okay. And so the first element we're gonna add to our UI, or I mean to our iPhone app, is a label. So right here is where you can find different elements that you can put on. So I'm gonna look for a basic label, and you can search that. There's the filter here. So label. So I'm gonna drag this on. It's really intuitive. Like most of the stuff you create here is just drag and drop. I'm gonna place it. I'll place it like center horizontally, something like that. And then here in the attributes inspector, you can see that there's like all these things you can change about it. Like this, it's currently plain text, but you can. Oh, oops, wait. We're not gonna mess with that. But you can change like the name of the label. Like you can change what it says. So I'll put some label instead of what it was before. And as you see, it changed what the label was. And I can also resize the label so it actually fits in the whole text. Right. Okay. So yeah, that's how you do that for a label, I guess. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? Yeah. All right, and now we're gonna add a button to the storyboard, just so I can show you some examples later. All right. So yeah, same thing. You would just drag and drop. I'm gonna put it up here, maybe. Doesn't have to be in the center. and I can, using the attributes inspector, which is denoted by that symbol there, I can change its name and do whatever I really want with
Yeah,
it.
you can do like change its size and.
Yeah, I can change its size. So currently there's a font, and I can make it whatever font I want. Whoops. Yeah. Oh wait, that's not right. Oh, no. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter for now. Okay. You can make it bigger. Yeah. Anyways, there you go. Okay. Then the next thing I wanted to do, right. So now if I run this app, you'll see
You
on the
guys know how to run
simulator.
the app, right? The play button on the top.
Yeah, the play
Yeah.
button right there. So you can see, oh, this is like, here, I'm going to run a different type of iPhone since this is like gigantic. There.
Yeah, that was a 6 Plus.
Yeah. So 5S. You can see that the button is there and there's also a label. So I can't really do anything to the label, but I can press the button, although nothing happens yet since we haven't made it do anything. Okay. Oops, sorry. Yep. Sorry. Okay. And now, okay, so, when you're, so there are different types of iPhone sizes, like I just demonstrated, right? So, you kind of want to make your design constant to each of those sizes, because if it's not, it'll be in like really different sizes. So like, for example, for an iPhone 4S where this is scrunched up, like the label would be barely on the bottom and you'd barely be able to see it. So you want to make things constant, and one thing you can, how you do this is through things called constraints. And so basically, if I click on the label, I can add constraints to it, which you can do by pressing. It's kind of hard to see with the screen, unfortunately, but it's really pixelated. But there's the third icon here. You can press on, and you can create constraints for your label or your button. You can make it be in the same area of the screen for all iPhones, basically. Generally for all iPhones. So just for an example, I'm gonna keep it 85 pixels from the side, like all the time. So that'll be one constraint I'll add, and then you can add your constraint there. Yeah, and then you can also constrain things like between the button and label. So if I do Control click, and I do that, I can select vertical spacing. And that'll keep them this same space apart across all iPhones. Alright, geez, the audio sounds so weird in this.
Do you want to just like mute it for now?
Yeah, okay, that's a lot better for me to concentrate. Sorry. Okay. Right. Oh, and then also using the size inspector, right? So the attributes inspector and size inspector are the most important like things you would use, I guess, for building the UI. But here in the size inspector, you can actually see the constraints that you make. Oh, I didn't make any for the button. So for this, you can see that you made a constraint. It's hard to see that you're keeping this 85 pixels away from the side, and that'll maintain constant for all iPhone sizes. Okay. Here I'll do like a few more things, just like for examples. So vertical. Oops. Vertical spacing.
Does anyone have like questions or anything so far?
Yeah. And so I'll center it in the middle, sort of. I can't really. Okay, there. And so even if so let's try a 6 plus now.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It kind of looks like it's in the middle, right?
Sorry.
But now when you do it on the 6 plus, it's hard to see. It's still 85 away from the side, basically. That's my point there. All right. Okay, so now here's where it actually gets interesting. That was like kind of basic, but so now we're gonna open up the assistant editor, and what you can do with these buttons is now you can connect them to code. So you can store them as like variables within your code. So you do this by using an IB outlet. So I'm gonna store this this label as a variable right here. And there's something called IB outlets, so I'm gonna put this here. So
what you do is you control click and then drag.
Yeah, so it's like right clicking on the mouse, yeah. That's right.
Or like right click.
And then I'm gonna
enable that.
name whatever variable it'll be to represent that. So I'll also call it sum label. All right. So now we have sum label, which represents this. And you can also, based upon some of these elements, you can add methods to them. So for example, if I want to, every time that I press this button for something to occur in the code, I could create what's called an IB action. And so IB actions are basically methods that you get from these elements. So I'm going to drag that down here. Connection will be, it's so hard to see, but
So the outlet, it's action.
action, right? And I'll name it change text, since that's what I'll make it
So
do
basically,
later.
it's making like a function that connects
no
directly
arguments.
to the button that you've
Right.
added to storyboard.
Exactly. So now since I have this as a variable,
So yeah,
and
here it is. By the way.
yeah, so now that I
Scan
have this is a variable, right? I can do something to modify it. So I want to change the text every time I press this button. So I would do that. I guess you guys don't really have to like know the code, but sum label. So basically, it's of type UI label, and UI labels have like different attributes. So sum label dot text. There's a text attribute for it since it's a label, and then you would set that. You could set that to whatever you want. So I'll do something out of that. Okay, and I'll hit run. Wait. Oh, so every time I press this button now,
See,
it changes
it
to
changes
something,
so-
right? So yeah, that's basically.
So it changed from some label to something. So that method he made was basically telling them when you press the button, it's going to change text.
Right. So it's going to change the text of the sum label variable, which
That's
is
what
connected
that's-
to
yeah.
the label there. Right. Nice. Okay.
So this function runs when the button is pressed. Yeah. That
Okay.
makes sense.
I don't think we're gonna.
Are we gonna do size classes or?
I mean,
don't
we
know,
can't
we
really
could-
run. We're gonna have like a little exercise for you guys, but like since only 2 people have laptops, it might be kind of hard.
Oh yeah. All right. We could just ask.
Okay. And there's only 1 minute left in lunch. We're gonna talk about size classes, but I'll probably post a video on that, and you guys can look at that later if you guys choose to. But yeah, that's pretty much it for our meeting. So that's like a basic rundown of basic UI design. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming, guys. We'll go over more stuff later, but this is just like an intro to like get you more familiar with kind of the interface itself, like Xcode. So just like basic stuff.
Okay, thanks guys. Thanks. Can I just talk to you something, or about being secretary? Okay. Is it possible, like, as your job as secretary, would it be possible that you could send a reminder email out before every? Okay. So like just the day before.
So, can you give me the name? The list is
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah, it's on Drive. There's an email list of everybody, and you can like just copy.
Oh, you mean I'm on the list for
Okay.
emails, which I never came to any of the meetings.
Yeah, you are, dude.
Oh, sweet, I
You
am.
never check your email.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I check my emails. I check my emails if I'm like if it's kind of important.
Yeah, good.
That's really
Cool, dude.
Thanks.
That was a bit rushed, but I mean, we were late, so.
So I hope we have more people coming for next time.
Okay, so
hopefully, yeah.
some suggestions for,
Yeah.
for running it.
Yeah.
One is you probably want to go slower and
yeah.
have people like go along with it.
Okay,
Because,
sorry.
because if you run through everything, then like
Oh,
they
I
can't
should-
remember what you did like earlier
Yeah.
and
Right.
stuff. And so
Yeah, we should go slower.
so walking through it and like just going step and then making sure everyone like
Wait, one
actually gets
second. I
that
need
step
to.
done.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good suggestion.
Wait,
Yeah,
did I
and-
lose
and
the
so
recording for QuickTime Player? No.
for that, it's
okay.
important that everyone has.
Do you think like, people are gonna actually watch it though? Like,
I don't know. I think it's good to just post it.
Like the
Crap, what did
the,
I do
the
with it,
meeting
though?
itself?
That's not
I
good.
mean, I don't
Did
know.
you save it?
No, I just kind of quit it,
Oh.
but it would probably like ask me if I want to save it.
Yeah.
We could just.
There's check.
Oh, here we are.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay, very good. iOS meeting.
Wait, do you have any other suggestions? Or is
Okay.